Hey guys, it's SomberShout001, back at it again with the video games, and back at it again with Destiny 2, and I'm sorry that this video is a little late. Normally I would do this on Thursday. It's for the This Week at Bungie that we got this week. A lot of new stuff. They talk about the hotfix that was just recently revealed, and they talk about changes to the world loot pool, perk changes, and new perks that will probably be introduced into the game next season. So let's go in. There's a lot to talk about, so I'm going to try to be a little quick with it. Just for the sake of this. So, of course, the first order of business that was about the TWAB was, of course, Destiny hotfix 2.8.1.3, which was the fix to the Lie quest. So this was all about the Felwinter's Lie quest, how no one could get into the bunker. So now it's fixed. It was kind of anticlimactic, as you see the video that should have posted either today or yet last night, very late last night. I was having problems for some reason with the uploading, but yeah, it was a very anticlimactic quest. It was very quick. There was no fighting. It's just basically a bunch of lore about Felwinter and what Felwinter's Lie really was. Not the shotgun, but what the lie is. And I have to say, quick little thing, because I've been testing out the shotgun. It's pretty good in the Crucible, like maybe better than Mindbenders. So I think it's worth it, and it's a static roll, so that's why I think it's better than Mindbenders. But yeah, so there's that. They did mention that there is another bug in the game right now. Don't worry, it's not a major one. It's the fact that Felwinter's Lie isn't showing up in collections, and that's due to the hotfix being introduced. So whatever you do, do not dismantle your Felwinter's Lie, because you will not get it back. They have to fix that issue first, and they'll fix that at a later date. So it'll probably come with the next season, so it's not that big of a deal. Just make sure you hold on to that shotgun if you really want it, because it will go away. So that's it about the hotfix, but now let's get into different stuff. So this is about the big world pool that's going to be happening in Destiny. So how acquisition methods are going to be changing. So I have some quotes here written down on my notes. So this is what Bungie says, that today we're going to talk about some changes coming in Season 11 to the way the world loot pool works. Because the world pool serves as a baseline of legendary gear that can be earned across different activities, we want to update and refresh it seasonally with meta-relevant weapons, some of which were previously exclusive to specific activities like Gambit or Crucible. And they continue saying, starting in Season 11, it will be curated both for relevance and overall size to strike a balance between number of rewards and the chances to get a sought-after drop. Every season gear from previous seasons will be added, and any gear that would no longer have a max power level greater than or equal to the current season cap will be cycled out to ensure that drops are power relevant in the current season. So that's what they talk about. So they said anything that would no longer have a max power level that's greater than or equal to will be taken out. They'll just cycle it out, and maybe it'll come back someday again. I know how people feel about sunsetting. I'm one of the few people that think sunsetting is a good thing, at least for weapons, not so much armor. I don't think sunsetting armor is a good idea. I do not like that. But the weapons I'm fine with. I mean, we had that back in Destiny 1, so and then you were able to infuse it all up anyway. But yeah, I'm fine with that. That's not really that big of a deal for me. I know how people feel about sunsetting and how people don't like it, but of course there's another leak and stuff like that, which I'll do a separate video on, because that's a whole thing itself. That sounds sort of plausible. Of course, you gotta take these things with a grain of salt. Nothing's obviously true, but it sounded the most plausible out of any of the other leaks we've ever heard. So, uh, it kind of makes sense, although they mentioned something in that leak that I don't think is true, but if it is at least a bigger size, then this makes sense why there'll be sunsetting gear. Anyway, we're not going to get into that. That's going to be its own separate thing. But so that's what they're talking about with the max power level and stuff like that. Some stuff's going to get pushed out, but it's okay. It's not the end of the world. So basically, so what they say here is the world pool for Season 11 will consist of the following weapons, and it's a very, very, very long list. So I have a list here. The list continues here, and it goes on to the back of this. So yeah, it's a long list of weapons, but so we'll go very quick. So we have Uriel's Gift, Alatha FR4, the Old Fashioned, Most Epoch 3, Hawthorne's Field Forge Shotgun, Last Hope, Timeline's Vertex, Interference 6, Dire Promise, True Prophecy, Gion 7 Rifle, Enigma's Draw, Distant Tumulus, Escape Velocity, Honor's Edge, Gnawing Hunger, Arsenic Bite 4B, Main Ingredient, Outrageous Fortune, Truth Teller, Nature of the Beast, Last Perdition, Bad Omens, Night Watch, Toil and Trouble, Wishbringer, Last Dance, Lonesome, Long Shadow, and the Steel Sable Z14. So there you go. That's what the Whirlpool for Season 11 will consist of in terms of old weapons. So there you go. So that's what we know. Now we're going to get on to the next part of the business, which is the fact that reload perks are going to be changed in Season 11. And this is particularly because they tuned damage perks a while back, I believe almost back in Forsaken, and they believe that tuning reload perks will help kind of change up and switch up the meta a little bit, and for your god rolls and stuff like that. So this is what they write here. So Bungie says the damage perks were adjusted quite a while back, but reload perks still don't feel like choices. This tuning pass aims to keep them feeling powerful without being so dominant that no other choices seem viable. So basically what I just said before. So that's the reason why they're doing that. So I'm only going through like two major ones. I'm not going to go through every one of them, or else we'd be here for like hours and hours. There was a lot. But of course, the main one that everyone's going to know is Outlaw. Outlaw is being slowed down a bit. It's being nerfed just slightly. The reload stat is now being dropped from plus 100 to plus 50, and the reload duration scale is going up just a bit from 0.8 to 0.9. So a slight nerf to Outlaw, but it makes sense. I mean, everyone is using Outlaw, or the next one that's on the list, Feeding Frenzy. So they're doing a functionality change with the rapid kills. So they said now the functionality for increased reload speed based on the number of kills, it has now been changed to go up to 5. And now it's tuned to where 2 kills will equal the new Outlaw, how Outlaw reloads. 3+ kills will be slightly faster than Outlaw. And then, I'm sorry, I'm looking at the wrong note here. 4+ kills will be the fastest reload in the game, except for Alloy Mag, which they mention later, but we're not going to go into that. And the max possible reload duration scale will be dropped from 0.83 to 0.8, although the max possible reload stat will still remain unchanged, so it'd still be plus 100 to the reload stat. And that's kind of really it in regards to reloading, the reloading perks. They had a bunch more. They had field prep, they had alloy mag, they had drop mag, they had all of this, but I didn't want to get too much into that because we'd be here forever, and I don't want to keep you guys for too long. I don't want you guys watching a 2-hour video of me going in depth about every single little perk, because they also talk about general perk fixes, and I'm not going to get into that either. I will talk about these perks that were changed, because I know some people were complaining about this. Particularly these perks, they were now tuned to work with pulse rifles, fusion rifles, and burst sidearms. It was generally, these had to do with ammo coming back where it wasn't the right number of shots based on the type of the weapon, which you would normally, leggings, like weapons you would see on normally different archetypes where it works. It just didn't work for the burst classed weapon, if you mean. So these are the perks that they have now fixed, that for pulses, fusions, and burst sidearms. So we have Slideways, Slide Shot, Ambitious Assassin, Subsistence, Overflow, Lead from Gold, and Clown Cartridge. And they even talk about next season, which is Season of the Redacted, they still haven't named, that there will be new perks coming. And the only 2 perks that they named throughout the whole thing are part of Iron Banner, and that's Iron Grip and Iron Gaze. We don't know what they do. That's all we heard, is the names. And then they also go over activities that will be going away on June 9th, which is the start of the next season. So, not far away. So, about 2 weeks, if not a little tiny bit more. So, yeah, it's gonna be it's gonna be here before you know it. But here are the things that are leaving: the Seraph Bunkers, Warmind Bits, the Fourth Horseman Exotic Quest. Now with that came out so early in Season of the Worthy that I feel like most people will have it if they have Season of the Worthy. If not, I would assume it'll be introduced into the exotic loot pool like they did with Arbalest and Heir Apparent, which they are going to be doing, but it's going to be at a future time. So they'll reintroduce Heir Apparent into the world pool as just a random exotic drop. So they mentioned that. They mentioned the Lie Quest will be gone, so I mean, get on that, get your 1,000 shotgun kills, go to Vostok, do the final mission, get the gun. Don't dismantle it because collections is messed up. Legendary Lost Sectors, which I'm kind of sad about. I liked Legendary Lost Sectors, but I get it. It's part of the Seraph Bunkers, so they do have to go, unless they find another way to re-implement it into the game. Because I was pretty fond of Legendary Lost Sectors. I felt like that was really the only good thing that came with the season in regards to activities. Other than that, yeah, I mean, I'm fine with everything else leaving. Thank God for Seraph Bunkers being gone because I'm sick of that. But I kind of miss Legendary Lost Sectors. I like those. But if they find a way to retool it or re-implement it, I'm game. I think it would be fun. And of course, the seasonal artifact, the Warmind Khanjali, will be going away, which is the Warmind sword. I fully upgraded mine forever ago, so I don't have to worry about that anymore. I've reset it like 3-4 times, so that is stuff that's pretty much it for the TWAB. That's all we really got that I wanted to get into because there's a bunch more. I'll probably make a separate video on the newest leak that showed up. But other than that, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. What do you guys think about the new changes coming either next season or year 4? Remember to like, comment, subscribe. I know I said that earlier, but just make sure you do it. And apagando las luces.